haven't done a review in a while, and I figured since I'm going to be cleaning the bottom side of this 5-foot brush hog, figured let's review the little Harbor Freight electric pressure washer. I do not have an item number on this thing, actually. So this is, runs off of regular 110 volt power. It has a pretty decent wand here. A nice trigger. And the end you can detach and attach. And as well as the nozzle is adjustable. So the nozzle comes off just like this. You push down, let's see, turn. There we go. And pulls right off. So just put it in like such. Push in and turn, and then it's good to go. And so that's the stream. And then this is the adjustability. And it also comes with, this is like a degreaser thing. Or a soap cannon, I guess. But you just take this thing off here, and then you can put this one on. And why don't I just do it for you? Let me turn this 180. There we go, that's better. That's more like it. And there is an on-off button on this thing. Comes with a pretty long cord, much longer than the hose that they give you. I think this hose is like 15 feet. Don't quote me. Something like that. But it's got some decent size to it. And the cord is much, much, much longer. I think it might be double. Something like that. But it's really not that... It's not that heavy. Really not at all. The main reason why I wanted to get this thing is because we don't have any heated buildings out here, and the pressure washer that we do have is also from Harbor Freight. I have a video of that on my channel, but it's very difficult for me to get it in and out of the basement, and this is why I bought this thing. I think it was like 50 bucks or something like that. But it seems to be a pretty good little pressure washer. For 50 bucks, what can I expect, right? So the cord on the back here does wrap up on the handle in the back here, which is right above the hose there. This thing is adjustable, so you can pull this out if you don't want it in there. That comes out and you can put it like that. So I generally put it like this, and then I wrap the cord, the main hose, not this hose, or the power cord. I just run the regular hose, and I take it and wrap it around up here and around over top of the handle, so down in here. And then it does have storage here also, with the 2 holes on it that are on the top. So one's for the wand, and then the other's for the end of it. So you split this thing in 2, and one goes here and there. So let's bring in to the power switch. So this is the power switch. It is off now, and you should actually turn it on and prime itself. Just like that. But 1750 psi, that's pretty good. I mean, you're not going to do a ton of pressure washing with this. This is probably right at the limit for what this thing will do, this old brush hog. But I've got probably, I don't know, 100 feet of hose, because there's no water hookup here at all. And I've got a 20 amp service coming into the building here with a pretty thick extension cord going out to this cord. And the end, might as well show you that also. The end is a GFI, and the plug on this building is also a GFI, so shouldn't have any problems there, but that's what it looks like. And it does have a little end on it right there to wrap it up, and it'll hold itself, which is kind of nice. Kind of like that. So, one other thing, don't be dragging this thing around with the hose attached to it. Pick up the hose or hold the hose and take this thing around, because you put a lot of strain, you put a ton of strain on this thing when you pull it by the hose, and it's really not good for it. I think it's like this is a brass fitting down in here, down inside the pressure washer. But yeah, the electric one, it definitely is easier for me to move in and out of the basement, you know, whenever it's this time of the year in the spring where it's, you know, gets up to like 60 degrees, and then sometimes it'll go below freezing, and obviously I don't want this thing to freeze. But it seems to be a pretty good little pressure washer so far. I haven't had any problems with it to speak of, really. It's been pretty much a flawless operation. You do have to put the handle on, and there's 4 screws, I think. 2 or 4. There's 4. They're down in here. 4 or 2, something like that. But it pulls, I think it's like 15 amps. 13 amps, 1.3 gallons per minute, 120 volt. Max pressure of 1750, working pressure of 1450. So I did not know that thing had that label on there. I guess without further ado, let's do some pressure washing on the brush hog here, and there's some pretty plastered up grass in here, so this will be quite a test for this thing, I think.
In case anyone is wondering why I'm cleaning this, I'm patching up this brush hog, doing a bunch of welding on it, trying to eliminate the rust holes and stuff that are in it. I'm going to be cutting out the bad stuff and putting in the good stuff. So that's why I'm cleaning this, and I'm probably going to paint or truck bed line the underside of this and prime and paint the top of it at some point when we get some warmer weather here.
So one more thing I wanted to mention, this pressure washer has this little button here, and I think it's like a throttle or a lock on the trigger, but I can't press it. So I press this trigger, and you can sort of see down in here, there's like this little weird thing. And they made this piece of plastic here, this middle piece that's right in front of my finger, too long for me to use the throttle lock. Oh, no. Boy. Yeah, I can't quite use it. I'll have to do a little bit of modifying here. And this must be a trigger lock, so to keep, you know, kids and stuff from using this thing. So I would pull this thing down, which it's kind of cold today, like I said earlier in the video. And I can't actuate this with my hands very easily. So one more thing, I guess I'll fill up the foam thing, and you can see this, how well this thing foams. So I've got a little bit of simple green in here that I'm just going to use to pour into this thing. And this container, it's not super big. I don't know how much it says in the manual, which I don't have in front of me right now. But to remove this, let's see, twist it off. Twist it off to turn this way, pull. And I'll put some in here, and you guys can see, this is my first time using this, so. I'm not going to put a ton in, just a little more than, there's 2 grooves here. It's about in between both of them. So we'll put that on, and then we'll turn the wand here, pull that out, and then we can put this in here. Make sure the tip is all clean. Well, it feels good when the sun comes out today. And just like that, we are ready to put some soap down. So let's, I guess I'll spray down the brush hog again one last time, and with the simple green, and hopefully that will get it pretty clean. So that was just a little bit of the foam cannon, I guess. It seems to work pretty good. And what's nice with the simple green is it's all biodegradable, so I'm really not hurting anything in here. So one more thing that I wanted to mention. Now since this is an electric pressure washer, I can go, do all my pressure washing. And what's nice is this one shuts off in between. Whenever I don't have the trigger pull. Just like that, it's shut off and it's quiet. And something else that's nice with electric stuff, I don't need any hearing protection to run this thing. Unlike a gas, big massive gas motor that's running over here. So I got the brush hog pretty much as clean as I'd get it with an electric pressure washer, which is pretty good for my needs. And you can see this was a lot of this stuff was pretty caked on here, and I'm really glad I cleaned this thing. It needs one more final cleaning because I just washed that off, but pretty good. And I got all the junk out in between the cracks here, and I'm going to re-weld all of this whole piece right here, so stuff doesn't get in there and then we have all this rusting all over again. So, well, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this little Harbor Freight pressure washer, or Portland brand 1750 psi. Seems like a great little pressure washer. And you know what? It's about 40 degrees right now, and this thing starts right up. There's no gassing up or anything. You just plug it in and go. So hope everyone enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you have any questions, put them down in the comments and I'll try to answer them. So we'll see you all in the next video.